Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Arch Linux. Now last episode, episode 11 I believe, we tried to install Wine, and unfortunately I got Wine installed and a few other Wine things, but I just couldn't get stuff like Roller Coaster Tycoon working or Microsoft Office Home and Student working. Nothing would work. Like, I could get Wine, but there'd be all these errors. I'll try to play on Linux and nothing would work. So what I'm going to do in this episode is, right now I'm doing a system update, because when I installed Wine I didn't do a system update. Maybe that's why it's not working, I don't know, but we're going to try again, maybe with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 first, see if it works. If we can get that working, I'll try Microsoft Office Home and Student, see if it works. If I can get that working, I'll try and get ShiftOS working properly. Because last time ShiftOS would just kind of do the little intro scene, but yeah, that's about it. So let's wait for this system update to finish and then move on to the screen with Simple Screen Recorder. Okay, I think we're on the air now. Now, something about Simple Screen Recorder. As you know, last episode it just randomly cut out. Now, I'm wondering, is that because I pressed Ctrl+R at that point in the video? Because I remember at that time, I was trying to press Ctrl+F because I wanted to find a file. And I'm wondering, wow, what if I press Ctrl+R, which stopped the recording, because that's a recording hotkey. I've just disabled the recording hotkey now, so who knows what's going on there. But for now, what we'll do is try out these programs under Wine. So let's go first with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which last time was a disaster because it didn't even get read or something correctly. Like, you looked at their file, like this is a part of the lost footage, and you're looking at the file and like the actual files on the disk, and it's all this weird, looks slightly Japanese and all this math, like, it was strange. And it even had like the product key there, so it was odd. I don't know what files I was accessing, but let's try this. We'll open up Pac-Man, PC Man FM. Okay, we'll just open the disk. There we go, so that's better this time around. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try it with Play on Linux, because I'm a little lost without Play on Linux. So let's try Play on Linux. And then once we've got Play on Linux up, we are going to install a program. Are you kidding me? Does Play on Linux has to do this for 10% and oh my goodness. Okay, no, it doesn't have to do the whole thing. Okay, games, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Well, we're going to try an unlisted. Can you do unlisted? No. Okay, now I don't know what to do because it doesn't actually have the thing I'm trying to install here. So, what I might need to do now, I can't believe it has Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 but not 3. And when you look at it, it doesn't really have that many games here that are kind of compatible with this whole thing. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do about this. I do have Grand Theft Auto 4, but I don't think that would be a good idea to try and get that running. Okay. I'll just try and do it from the setup.execute. I don't know how this is going to go. Because you're supposed to configure Wine, and it's a nightmare to try and configure Wine. Like, I just wish Wine was something that would be simple to use. Like, when you try Wine on Linux Mint, you can just get all the applications and it just works. There's none of this, open it but it doesn't work. Why would the default settings for Wine be default to failure? I just don't get that. Someone tell me in the comments, why is Wine like that? Okay. What about, while we try and install something with Wine, we try and get a conky theme going, because I'm getting a bit bored of my desktop right now. Well, at least it looks like it's starting to load up, but usually by this point, look at that, that works. Okay, next, I accept, next, I don't like this whole black screen thing, because I always feel like, oh, I'm left in the dark. You know that kind of feeling like, oh, don't know if it's going to work or not. But the good thing here, okay, you can't see me. I've got a happy face right now, and I'm looking at the camera. The good thing here is that it's going full screen. ShiftOS was not going full screen. This is going full screen, so this wine thing is able to go full screen, and this is without Play on Linux. So who knows, maybe the fact that I've, number one, updated my system in Wine, and I've rebooted the computer, maybe that is fixing it. But it's definitely, I'm having a lot more success than I did last time around. So basically with Conky, I don't think I'll make my own Conky theme. That's not something you do live in front of a million, because that's something that, you know, would take a good 6 hours to do properly. And you don't want to sit down for 6 hours watching me make some random Conky theme. So instead, what we're going to do is... what should we do? Maybe find a popular Conky theme online and see if I can get that one installed, and if you guys have any ideas about other Conky themes I can use, if you think that one's not really good enough, I can go grab another one. Whatever you guys think. Now, let's predict. Do I think this will work? I think maybe it will install correctly, but I have a feeling, for whatever reason, because of all the bad luck I've had throughout this series, I doubt Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 will work. Now the thing is, let me go through the system requirements. It says you need Windows 98, Me 2000 or XP, the processor, oh here we go, registration. Okay, I'll just do this quickly. Register. Oh, you're kidding? Do I have to do all of this? Close that. Okay, yes, skip registration. Finish. Oh, look at that, it actually did make a desktop shortcut. Roll. Now that's odd. In Windows, you wouldn't see roll and then it changing. You would actually... it wouldn't cut off half the word halfway through. That's just a bit odd. Okay, so can I rename? I'm used to being able to rename here. Why can't you rename? That's just odd. Okay, whatever, let's try and open this. Ready? This is a moment of truth, and the moment that I believe will not even work. And where is Simple Screen Recorder? Still recording. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be so shocked if this comes anywhere near to working. It's making some sound, but yeah, I don't think that... Oh no, you're kidding me. It's changed resolution, but... And it's got this silly docky at the top of the screen. Well, not silly docky, but it's got docky at the top of the screen when it pretty much shouldn't have docky at the top of the screen. And now, I don't know how Simple Screen Recorder is going here. So let me... And I can't quite bring that up properly. But Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is loading. And it's practically running full screen. I'm used to Alt-tabbing, but Alt-tab doesn't work. Super key doesn't work. How do I get back to the desktop? What I'm going to do now is... I'll play it for a minute and see if I can get it working. So we'll just quickly do a sandbox mode, because we don't have time for a full thing, but we'll just see if this works. And I wonder if I can right-click up the top and hide docky or something like that. Like, is there a way to right-click... settings, is there like an auto hide docky? There's panel mode. Oh, don't know what panel mode is, but let's just quit docky for now. Okay, I'll quit docky. Quitting docky didn't do anything, but look at this. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 does seem to be running. Let's just build a roller coaster, ride it, and... Ah, there's no sound. Okay. So sound is always going to be an issue for us, so I might have to try and install something. Ending thing we're having problems with. You know what? let's put down a random ride and I'll just ride that instead. Here we go, let's put down a chair string. Oh, okay, this is where you can ride it. Okay, great. So this is us trying to ride a chair string thing. Can it actually go? Okay. Just imagine that this is moving now. It probably can move, I just don't know how to turn it on. I haven't played this game for so long. But let's just pretend this roller coaster is working and we'll quit the game now. Do I want to quit? Okay. Now let's see how Simple Screen Recorder recorded that, because I don't like the look of this. Let's see. I'll quit this. I'm amazed that it managed to, just Wine managed to install it without this whole Play on Linux thing. So that was pretty good. Simple Screen Recorder is still recording. Let me just press stop and just personally myself see if it recorded properly. Anyway, see you soon. Okay, on the air again. So it ran full screen on my screen because the resolution changed. I think that's why it seemed to be in a little box for you guys, but for me it was full screen, honestly. It was full screen. Just Docky was at the top, and you kind of saw that in that footage where I was kind of moving Docky. That's what you were seeing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, I think in Qt Wine, I was looking for a configuration file. So, something to do here, we might be able to change the audio. So it says system default. How come this is getting audio? That doesn't make sense. Maybe, let me, I know this is a bit crazy, but let me just try ShiftOS and see if it has any sound whatsoever. Where is ShiftOS? It should be in my downloads folder. Downloads. And let me just see. ShiftOS still won't work, so that's a bit annoying. What's a Windows application that would be able to use quickly to test sound? Let's go look for a random application right now. I'll go into Firefox. Something that makes sounds. Let's look for a basic game. Windows freeware. Freeword. Windows. Let's just look for something that would make sound. I don't know. Whatever we can find. Like, I would get the Windows version of Audacity, but that just seems a little odd, because I've already got the, normal version, the Linux version of Audacity. What's something basic? Jeez, I could think of a million things that have sound, but I just can't think of anything that has sound for some reason. Okay, what about Pong? Let's find a Pong for Windows. Project Pong. Okay, Pong 04 for Windows. I don't know, whatever. Challenge your computer, all you need is a mouse, play over the network, download for free. Problem is, does this make any sound, this game? Don't know. Let's try and download this. This game requires that DirectX is installed on your computer. Okay, we might try and download that. Let's try, let's see what happens. Will DirectX actually install? That would be interesting. A newer versions, okay, no install. So it's detecting that versions of DirectX are actually installed, so that's interesting. Well, let me just download the actual game itself. Download it and play for free, okay. Since Jan to, okay, Pong is freeware. Sure. Download, there we go. How could I miss a big colourful disc? Okay, let's just download this and see if it works. And what I like here is, I've just noticed, you can see Wine programs Atari, and you can actually see almost like your Windows folders kind of there in the actual menu, so that's pretty cool. Accept, username, Philip Adams. Next. So my aim here by the end of this episode is to try and get actual sound working, because, you know, if I can't get sound working... Where's Pong gone? Didn't I just... Wait, what? I'm sure I was just installing Pong, but now... Oh, there's Pong. Okay, that was fast. These icons are spaced out really badly. This program is now free. Start the game. Oh, you were kidding. Okay, well, it's gone full screen again. So, I don't know what you can see on the screen. Whoa. But for me, it's flashing a lot. New match. Oh, now it's not flashing anymore. How do I start this? Use mouse to move the paddle. Oh, there we go. This is really... Oh, this is impossible, this game of Pong. Your little Pong paddles are so small. And it's very laggy too. But the problem is that there's still no sound, so... Oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay, upon quitting Pong, my desktop is really looking messy. I don't know if you can see this, but I can, and it is a complete mess. Okay, so I might just quit Docky, because obviously Docky just does not suit all this Pong stuff. Now the top of my screen is looking all strange. See, why does that happen? That's something that should be happening on Windows, not Linux. Oh. Okay, whatever, if that's what you want to do. Maybe if I open Docky again, it'll fix it. No, it didn't fix it. Okay, well, that's annoying. I don't know what to do about that top of the screen now, but it's just going to have to stay like that. What can I say? Okay, so I'm still not getting any volume, but according to this YNQT thing, I am getting volume. So, I don't know what's going on there. Why would this give me volume, but then not actually give me volume? Windows version, wow. You can set a Windows version. That is pretty good. That is actually really good. In fact, if I put Windows 7 here and try and add ShiftOS, this could work, because ShiftOS isn't really supposed to work on XP. So let's just open that up. Apply. Okay. No. Okay, no luck with that. Forget that. I don't think I'll ever get ShiftOS working. For now, what am I going to do? I've got to try and get sound working. So, I might look at some wine, no sound. Might try and find online something to do with, you know, sound on wine, but I don't know if I'll be able to find this. Make sure you choose the correct driver backend. No, I want to go to Wine No Sound Arch. Okay, well look here now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the wiki for just a little while, see what I can find, and once I find something we'll try it out. So I'll stop recording now and I'll be back. So I'm feeling a little silly. I've just found this, and it said if you want to use the Ouster driver in Wine, you need to install this, and I haven't actually installed it. And the other thing is, when I open this, I just opened Wine config from the terminal, and look at this. It's got all this Jack server is not running, but as soon as I clicked the audio tab, it came up with all this information. So this may be related to the problem with audio in Wine I'm having, because it's got all this information about failing to load. So let's get out of this now. And I'm going to try and install this. Yes. And if this works, I'm going to be feeling very, very dumb. So let's just quickly open this and see if it works. Audio. Oh, come on, it shouldn't take this long. Okay, Wine's popping up. Here we go. Any sound? Oh, come on. There should be sound. I probably need to reboot. That must be what it is. Yeah, I'm not hearing a thing. Ah. Ah, okay. So I just needed to install the sound driver. And now it works. And now I'm actually running a Windows game. And not only a Windows game, but an old Windows game. With just the pure wine. No configurations made on Arch Linux. I'm feeling really, really dumb now. Okay, let me just see if I can actually get this working quickly. Let me see if I can just quickly make a ride and see if it works. But I'm really feeling dumb now. So to celebrate, we're going to make a ride, and we're going to ride the ride, and that is our celebration for getting wine with sound working correctly. This has been a difficult journey, but all I needed to do was, number one, okay, this is what you do. If you want to try and get wine working on Arch Linux, reboot your system, install the sound driver, and there you go, you've got wine with sound working. Let me see this. Right, so we'll just quickly put a ride down. Not a roller coaster because it'll take too long to build, but let's say, I don't know, spiral slide. And can I just open this? Okay, it has no entrance. We'll just quickly add an entrance. Is that an entrance? I hope so. Because it has no exit. Okay, let's add an exit. That. Okay. There we go. It's opened. And now I would like to ride it. So let's see. Vehicles, guest thoughts, maintenance. Does it have a press to enter coaster cam? Okay, well we'll just quickly make a little entrance for it and then we'll try ride it. I'm with these people. I better quickly build a path. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And a path around this side. I just feel really dumb that I couldn't actually get this to work. And it was such a simple thing that I needed to do. Okay, let's just try ride this. So I think we're at the top now of whatever this thing is. And sound is definitely working, I can hear it. Oh, okay, here we go. What an exciting ride. No, I'm joking, but it's working. Let's get out of this now, because we know it works. It's working, it's got sound. Wine is actually pretty good if you reboot your system, and don't be silly like I was in the last episode in a rush, where I wouldn't even reboot my system. So, now that we know wine works, let's try, and yes, try to install Microsoft Office, and hope that that works. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. So, I'm taking out the disk now. Here it is. I'll put it back in. Now let's see if Microsoft Office works. Now this one, I don't know what we're going to do here, because I've noticed last time I tried to put a CD in and out of the system, it just made everything confused. And boy, that top of the screen is just a mess right now. Okay, let's see. We'll try and get Microsoft Office working. Downloads. Okay, so I need Office 12. Yeah, so what we may need to do is reboot the computer, because whenever we try and stick in a new CD, it just gets really confused about what's going on. Maybe if I just get rid of that and then put it back in, maybe that'll work. So I have to eject it first, I don't know. I just want to see if I can do it without having to constantly reboot the computer every time you want to put in a new disk. Okay. So Office 12, open in File Manager. Okay, there we go. So if you ever stick in a new disk, you can't just take the disk out, you've got to click the eject button. So that's how that goes. Okay, let's set up Microsoft Office. and hopefully this one works. Setup did not complete. Let's try play on Linux, and if this doesn't work, I might not be so happy towards Wine. Play on Linux. Install. Office, come on. Office 2007 install. Now, I'm not exactly seeing the install. Oh, okay, here we go. Now it's working. Next. Overwrite, yep. And it should be popping up soon with the installer. Where is it mounted? Next. Oh, okay, now it's doing this unable to find the CD-ROM. Let's give it the exact location again. And if this doesn't work, I'll just give up on Wine for a little while. Next. Oh, there we go, it might work. It's doing so. Oh. Wine seems to have crashed. Bummer. Yeah, okay. So for some reason, binary not found, winword.execute, same problem. So for some reason, I just can't install Microsoft Office 2007. I don't know why, but I've done it before. I think I did it in the Can Ubuntu Replace Windows 7 video on the OS First Timer channel, but I just can't get Office working in Wine on Arch Linux, but I can get Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 working for some random reason. So there we go, we managed to get Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 working with audio. However, Wine doesn't seem to be 100% easy to use. Everything, like, doesn't work you can't just put in a disk and click install. That seemed to be the case for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but Microsoft Office didn't install for some reason. Some things had a bit of trouble going full screen, like colliding with Docky. Maybe it was a problem with Compiz, I don't know. But Wine works, kinda. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. You may have to, it's not a kind of work out of the box kind of thing. Wine is something you have to configure and try to keep getting it to work. And it doesn't, like if it runs one program for Windows, it doesn't mean it's going to run all your programs for Windows perfectly. Okay, that's just my experience so far with using Wine. Next episode, we'll try and get a conky theme. See you then.